Hi everyone and welcome to another Better Mankind video. Well, today's video is very special because Walter here is about to get his teeth cleaned, and I've got Brian here from Fresh
Breath Doggy Dental.
Fresh Breath Doggy Dental. And just to let you guys know that we wanted to get Walter's teeth cleaned, and Beth was very opposed to having his teeth cleaned under anaesthetic, and quite frankly, I'm not too thrilled about it either. So, Brian here, if you can tell us a little bit about your background, what you've actually done.
Yeah, sure thing. So, I'm born here in Melbourne, but I lived in California for 25 years and specialised in animal dentistry, horse dentistry, dogs, cats. I've even done other large animals as well. Worked on elephants, camels, and llamas, that type of thing. But primarily horses, dogs, and cats. There's no elephants around to work on. So primarily horses, dogs and cats is what I do. And the dogs and cats, we use no anesthesia, because the problem with small breeds especially, or really all dogs, when you're asked to do their teeth at 2, people say, oh, they're not that bad, I'll wait. Well, every time you wait, it's like your own teeth, they only get progressively worse. Mm-hmm. And by the time they get them done, usually it's, a lot of people wait till it's 4, 5 or 6, and then the vet says, look, we've got to pull teeth out now because they weren't done when they were 2. So we're in a bit of a problem. Because we don't do anesthesia, we're able to do it when the dog needs it to be done, which is, earlier rather than later. So this technique was developed in the US about 30 years ago, and it came about from dogs dying under anesthesia, having their teeth done.
So it does happen?
Oh yeah, that's what started it. There's a woman actually had 3 dogs. She took them to the vet to get their teeth done. They'd done it 2 years prior. She took the same dogs to the same vet, and one of them was 12 years old. It was 10 previously, and while it was on the table, just to clean its teeth, nothing else had to be done, it died on the table.
Wow.
So they called her up and said, look, unfortunately, this is what happened. So she made it her mission to figure out she's a professional dog handler, how can I get in this mouth and clean it? I know how to handle dogs, I just don't know nothing about the mouth.
Yep.
So she became a dental hygienist for people. This is how dedicated she was. She went and got trained and certified dental hygienist, and married the 2 skills with dog handling and dental hygiene, worked on easy dogs at first, figured out techniques, how to get around it, how to get them to cooperate, and created the industry. And she ended up having 200 technicians working underneath her. She had a multi-million-dollar company. Yeah.
So you obviously trained with her?
Yeah, well, I was doing horse dentistry first, and then I added this to what I was doing later. And when I came back to Melbourne, no one was offering anesthesia-free dentistry at all. Mm-hmm. In America, I'd say there's probably about 1,500 people in all of the US that offer this. And in California, and when I came back from California to Melbourne, I knew that my whole family was here. I asked them, and said, no, we've never heard of it. So
basically, you've got a monopoly on the whole industry.
More or less, yeah. Well, we're sort of, and I don't, whether I'm a monopoly or not, I mean, it's all good, let other people get into the field. It's just that the whole thing is, what I don't want to see is a dog not getting done early.
Yep.
Because ideally, with a small breed, I tell people 18 months to 2 years is sort of a good starting point, but people usually don't because of the anesthesia. They go, I don't think I want to do that just yet. But if you catch it early and you do it once a year and stay away, biggest thing I tell you is stay away from canned food. That's the quickest thing to deteriorate their mouth.
Yep. And what about treats like Wacko, Schmackos? I mean, dogs love them.
No, all bad. The thing with canned food is that what it does, it leaves a greasy film. If you rub your hands on canned food, you've got to use soap to clean it off. That greasy film on their gums, the bacteria will feed off of that. That'll inflame the gum, then the gum starts to lift and remove a salt from the tooth. It actually disconnects it. Oh. And then food gets underneath, and now you've got loose gums, and then now food packs underneath there. You know yourself, if you get a bit of food caught in your teeth and you don't take it out, the next morning your breath is really awful.
That's right.
So they can't floss like we do and brush as frequently as we do. So any sort of grease, any sort of residue food on their mouth, which canned food would do that, is going to make their mouth deteriorate like 5 times faster. It goes downhill very quickly.
Yep.
By 4 they're losing molars, front teeth. It can be that quick.
Have you got anything to say about this, Walter? Any words of wisdom? Anything at all?
Yeah.
No?
Get me out of here.
We're going to start with the teeth cleaning very soon. So
he's in a good place now.
I think he's in a pretty good place, and we'll tape some of that. And hopefully you guys get something out of this, and also realise that the more frequently you clean your dog's teeth, at least once a year, you think is a good idea. Yeah. It does extend the life of your dog. I mean,
up to 5 years for small breeds. There's a study done, 60,000 dogs that didn't have their teeth done, 60,000 dogs that did. Small breeds, they followed them right through to their complete lifespan. The small breeds lived 5 years longer just by having their teeth cleaned, no other difference. And the larger breeds, obviously, the bigger you get, the less benefits of how many years you get. But say a dog that would normally live to 10, they end up living till 11. They got 1 more year.
Wow.
And then the medium-sized breeds maybe got 2 or 3 more years. And the smaller the breed, the more years they got out of them. And ironically, the small breeds are the ones with the worst problems anyways.
And any extra lifespan is good lifespan for your
Absolutely.
pet. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Well, we'll get onto it and we'll talk to you guys soon.
Yeah, right. I'm just going to back it off a little bit and say, you know what? What happens is you've done a bit, nothing bad came out of it, even though he was scared. And we just wanted to say, he's got to let the brain now process what happened. Let the wheels turn and go, okay, that wasn't the worst thing in the world. You've got to, they've got to just, just realize that we're not trying to hurt them. Okay, Walter, I need you to just a little bit. Here we go. It's all right, it's all right. No, put those away. Put those away. We don't need those. Don't need those now. Good boy. So we go under the gum line, and I always push away, so we don't jab him. We go under and push away, under, push away. So we're not going to hurt him. Yeah. And if there's any bleeding, that's just like, if you haven't flossed in a week, but you brushed your teeth, I know I'll bleed. If I don't floss regularly, I will bleed really easy. So sometimes there'll be a bit of bleeding. That's not me being rough on him, that's just his gums are inflamed, so the slightest touch, even if I push my thumb on his gums, they'll bleed. Yeah.
So Brian, you're going to show us how to brush his teeth right now.
So now we've done his teeth, we've scaled them. What I do is I get perfectly out of it. This is baking soda and cinnamon powder, just stuff you get in your pantry, normal stuff for cooking. 50-50, tablespoon of each, mix it in a little plastic container, mix it all up. You wet the toothbrush and then you flick off all the excess water and then just put a tiny bit, not a lot, of baking soda cinnamon mix, and we brush his teeth with that. Here we go, sweetheart. So, go like this, put it in there, hold your hand, sort of a circular motion.
Okay.
So is that on the gums and the teeth?
Absolutely, yeah. You're not, you're going to get the gums and the teeth. And the softest bristle, not the children's brush, and the soft bristle.
Okay, so Walter's finally had his teeth cleaned. How do you feel, eh? You feel $1 million. You're very kissable now. You've got nice minty, and it's not actually cinnamon and baking soda breath.
Yeah.
More cinnamon.
More cinnamon.
I have problems saying that word. Cinnamon.
It's okay. It's a work in progress.
I got a speech impediment with that actual word. I don't know why.
Yeah,
so we're going to give Walter a little treat, and this particular treat we give him all the time. It's
He
actually,
might not take it because we've just done a whole dental procedure and he's feeling it. Yeah.
it's actually spirulina.
Hey, Walter.
What? Look.
What dog likes spirulina pills? I've never seen it before. This is pretty funny.
I'll show you.
Yeah, you give it to him.
Good boy. He likes it when you feed it to him like this for some reason. Good boy.
Little prince here. He's not sure about me because I'm alpha.
There you go.
Because he sees me as the alpha position. He's not quite sure. That's all right. We won't push him. You give it to him.
There. Good boy.
Good boy. Spirulina, I never. Yeah, that's a new
He
one.
loves them. Brian, so Brian, we'll get all your details on
Sure.
on the description of this video.
Yeah.
Thanks again, and until next time, be good to each other.